Hi guys! As viewers of my channel definitely know already, I am a huge perfume collector. I love discovering new smells and just the world that it transports me to. If this relates to you at all, this is definitely a video for my fellow fragrance lovers. Anyone who is currently building a fragrance collection, and especially anyone that is still spending their money at Sephora, department stores. I have found such a better alternative, and I'm going to share with you all the secrets and the methods that I use to get genuine, expensive fragrances at a huge markdown. Stay tuned for the video. I can promise you that you will never ever have to waste your money paying full price for fragrance ever again. Buying online is going to save you a lot of money, but only if you know where to look. And I'm going to be sharing with you today a few of the sites I've bought from with my own money. By the way, none of this is sponsored. Went from worrying about if it was a scam to seeing the real scam and the prices that people pay for perfume. Make sure to subscribe down below so we can get straight into the video. If you're a fragrance lover, you've probably heard of Fragrantica. If you haven't already, this is basically like a fragrance library. You can look up any fragrance, for example, Versace Bright Crystal. It will give you all the notes. And probably the most helpful part is it gives you a few fragrance retailer websites where these are going to be much cheaper. I've been doing a lot of research. Let's talk about the websites, what's authentic, what they are, and what to expect. I actually have 3 different fragrances here from all of these different websites, and I want you guys to kind of get an idea of what you can expect to find on these websites, so I'll be showing you those as well. All these websites and a few more that I'll mention will sell pretty much any designer fragrance you can think of, as well as many niche fragrances. For all these fragrances, you're gonna get a discount. However, they also have this great benefit of offering for most of their fragrances testers. Tester fragrances are 100% unused. They may or may not have anything on them that indicates that they are a tester. For example, Insolence from Guerlain, all it has on it to indicate that it's a tester is this bottom strip, and you can actually just peel this off. Testers will sometimes come without the box. These are 100% the real fragrances to be tested in store. And there's a surplus of these. Other reputable retailers will sell them at a very large discount. Even fragrances that are not testers are going to be marked down quite a bit. This is what you can expect to find on there. Every designer fragrance except very new releases. I love that they also carry some really older fragrances that may be harder to find. Let's talk about which sites are reputable, which sites I've tried, and my experience with them. This is Boucheron Iris de Syracuse. It is a 3.4 fluid ounce huge bottle. It is a tester. This is from fragrancenet. This cost me $72. If I were to buy this from Boucheron's online store, it would be at least $150. fragrancenet is one of my favorites. They do have a very extensive collection of both, designer fragrances, designer fragrance houses. They also have a lot of niche fragrances. I'm talking things like Memo Paris, Zerja, extremely popular and cult classics right now like Blanche Bête, Bianco Latte. They're gonna carry all these things. They have a very kind of smaller but still pretty good selection of Middle Eastern perfumes. Dupe perfumes, I'm talking along the lines of Lattafa. This came to me very quickly in 3 to 4 days. Or if you are gonna order from fragrancenet, big tip, make sure you're using the 37% off coupon. You can find that if you scroll to the bottom. It will give you some options for coupon codes that will make even the site's price a lot lower and more reasonable to add to your collection. They also carry other things such as beauty products, but the general price difference based on the retail price for these perfumes is very good. Let's talk about Max Aroma. This baby is Roses Vanille by Mancera. It is a designer fragrance house that makes nothing but fragrance. but they carry a huge, massive selection of other designer fragrances. I'm talking Prada, Versace, etc. They update their site very regularly, and they have a ton of like new arrivals. This is probably the best shot you have at finding like a very niche perfume. They only sell fragrance as a website. They do have some testers as well. This one is not a tester. I found the price to be pretty reasonable as is. It was about $80. I think the original is like $150. They have a ton of very niche fragrance houses. If you have a little bit more to splurge, they are extremely reputable. You're able to return this within 30 days if you don't like it, which is an amazing option for blind buying a perfume online. It's more comparable to the original price. Still a price discount though, so if you can't find it anywhere else, definitely worth it to get that $20, $30, $40 discount. And this came to me extremely quickly as well. I think it was literally like 3 days. Joma Shop is another very popular and very reputable site that sells a ton of fragrances. They have a ton of fragrance houses. They're a little bit less stocked, I would say, because they have a ton of other things they sell on the site, but they sell a lot of testers, a lot of regular new in box ones, and a ton of Middle Eastern dupe type fragrance brands. It's insane how much they carry there. If you're looking for one that's not on Amazon or any other retailer, look on Joma Shop. This one does take about a week to deliver, but it was at a huge price cut, and I compared prices. By far, this was the cheapest I could find. Insolence by Guerlain. It was about $75. Other retailers were selling it for like $100. So I'm just happy I found this little gem. Sometimes it is like finding little gems on there though, because they don't carry absolutely everything, but their prices are really good on the things they carry. Let's talk about some other websites and methods that I have researched and seem to be pretty solid. Twisted Lily is a very good site that carries a ton of fragrances and focuses only on fragrance. They are sponsored by a lot of YouTube people, not sponsored by me, but you can often get a 10% off code from some of your favorite YouTubers if you just look for it. Twisted Lily, if you're watching, I would love to get involved. eDiscounts Perfume is one that I've been thinking about trying. They sell very like kind of random perfumes. They do have some good options though if you're looking for a very specific perfume. Just not a ton. I have heard good things about it though, and that they have come safe and sound. There's also sites like Micro Perfumes, Scent Split, where you can buy decanters of fragrances and sometimes full fragrances, not at a huge discount, but definitely great if you want to be more careful about blind buying perfumes online. ScentBird, I have a whole nother video about ScentBird. I will link in the description below. It's a subscription site. You can also go the eBay Mercari route. I've never done it. I know that there are counterfeits, and I'd rather do it from a company that's going to generally be responsible for that purchase rather than like a random dude on eBay, and I don't know how he found it. Overall, I really hope this helped. These are really practical ways to help you save money and continue your perfume journey, and really things that I wish I had known from the beginning. I have a ton more perfume related content and videos in my shorts and in some long form videos. I will link in the description below. If you want to see more perfume related content, leave me a comment, leave me a like. All of it is appreciated. So if you have any tips on buying fragrances at a discount, leave them in the comments below for all of us to share, please. Thanks for being here with me. I had a great time, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.